This is KE8BZA, Eric in Strongsville. I will be your net control operator for the BeaconNet pre-show at the bottom of the hour, which is a little less than 9 minutes away at this point. I have a NetLogger window open. If you'd like to follow along, it makes the net a lot more fun, I think, but optional. Anyway, if there are any stations out there that would like to beat the crowd, beat the rush, and get a front row seat for the BeaconNet, you can always call me on RF here before the bottom of the hour, and I'll gladly add you to the log. KE8BZA.
Wow, I don't know where everybody is. KE8BZA, KD8SLG. How you doing, Eric?
KD8SLG, KE8BZA. Doing okay there, Just Nick. How are you?
What does Jim say in the morning? Finer than a frog hair split three ways. How's that? All good here, man. All good. 5 degrees and counting.
I'm hanging out as well. AA8CS.
All right. AA8CS. Hey there, Gary. Do you want me to add you to the log?
Could you do that for me, please? I would be so incredibly thankful. Over.
Consider it done, Gary. KE8BZA. KD8SLG, KE8BZA here. Did I hear you and Chuckles talking earlier?
You did, Eric. You did. He asked me to pass along that he would be doing his usual in and out thing tonight. So WB4AIZ, in and out. They've got temperatures. It's cold down there. They may get flurries even. So I told him to buck up. All that fun stuff. Hi, Gary. A8CS KD8SLG.
KD8SLG with KE8VZA. This is AA8CS. Wow, I got all that out. Doing pretty good tonight. Got a lot of club stuff done today. That was pretty good. We got another member signed up and paid. Let me see, and who was that again? It was I think his name was Jones, maybe. I'd have to look back, but anyway, a bunch of stuff going on club-wise, and got a few things handled. It was kind of cool, kind of good, and always, it always feels good when you get stuff done. Eric, if you're still there, take it away. KE8VZA to take it. AA8CS on this end, and KD8SLG licking the windows in the back of the bus.
Actually, Gary, that was Just Nick who hailed you there, and I saw some footage on the Weather Channel today of somebody that left their sprinkler system on in Florida, and their whole yard was like a magical ice wonderland.
W8WKY.
All right. So I'm Nick fused, as in corn fused, but Nick fused. All right. Just wanted to make sure I was on the list tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. Something else to do. My 3D printer is still printing, and my TV is on with some basketball that I'm not interested in. The HF radio is on 7.033. Doesn't look like there's a lot of CW going on. And so just hanging out in the male habitat. Back to you, Nick. I'll be on the side. KD8SLG, AA8CS.
Cool, Gary. And yeah, that was KA8WWK we got tonight. Paul Jones. So, another victim. Cool. I'm going to see if Eric wants to scare up any more business here before things get started. We'll get out of the way. AA8CS, KD8SLG. Over to you, Eric.
KE8VZA returning here. Thanks, Just Nick. I wonder if Gary's test printing a Tony Award.
Oh, no, not yet. And you know, honestly, that would be a tough print, I think, because of the overhang and stuff. So I don't know. We have to see. I think I'll leave that up to our good friend in Canton, and you know, Tom K8MNT. He's the master printer, evidently, and I do have my awards staring me right in the face. I'm going to get out of the way. I think Nick and I have accomplished taking advantage of executive privilege, I suppose. There you go. Anyway, Eric, thanks for that, and I'll be on the side. AA8CS.
All right, Gary. Okay. Yeah, I just heard, you know, you may be in the running for a Tony Award. I gathered that on the Barometer Net last week, I believe. But, hey, if there are any stations out there that would like to get on the log and beat the rush, we still have, I don't know, about a minute and 15 seconds left. I did grab a few from the blue screen. Go ahead and give me a call. I'm KE8VZA.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, K6KJV, Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
All right, Rev Kev, I copy Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor for all the way from California. Just Nick let me know that you connected and he saw you in the dashboard there, so I was in the midst of typing your call sign when you called. What a coinky-dink. But we got you on the log.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo, KE8ZZR, Harry and Wadsworth.
Copy Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo. Welcome aboard, Harry. Got you on the log.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There she is. QST. I'm Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie, and I'll be your net control station tonight for the Beacon Net pre-show. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern with early check-ins at 9:30. So where are we? We are on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. Our frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect via Allstar. Node number is 48496. And Echolink's another option, W8WKY-R. Look for that in the list, and you should be good to go. The BeaconNet pre-show is a controlled net, and I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. And urgent or emergency traffic can break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a break. For any urgent or emergency traffic, please call now. Okay, hearing nothing. Let's go ahead and get started with our check-ins with our net control team, affectionately known as our Mickey Mouse roll call. Let's go up to the top. KE8QKO, Nick at Nite, will be our NCO at the top of the hour. Nick, are you out there? How are you? And are you ready to go in 30 minutes? KE8QKO, KE8VZA here. Are you out there, Nick? All right, hearing nothing. He'll be joining us shortly. Anyway, let's go down to our next station. Is KD8EPC. Dustin, are you out there? How are you? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hey, VZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. Well, good evening, Eric. I'm Couches on the air here on Echolink, and my phone's at about 8% or so. So I don't think I'm going to make it for the big show. So you can put me down for double D's. I'll say 73, and I'll be kind of listening there in the background. With that, this is KD8EPC, back to pre-deck control.
All right, Dustin. Got you on the log here, and we'll put you in and out, and double D's for your answers. And you like living on the edge with that 8% battery, don't you? Anyway, all right. Congrats on activating Couches on the air. And 7-3, we'll talk to you down the coax. We'll clear with KD8EPC. Let's go down to KD8SLG. Just Nick. How are you? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. I'm going to be here. I'll be back later, at least, to answer the question when you get back to me. Got a date with, Sunday night television. I got to tell you, though, not only is Dustin's phone always at 8%, but his voicemail is always full, too. I'll talk to you later. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, there, Just Nick. Of course, we have you on the log sticking around. And, yeah, Dustin, he's such a popular guy. His email inbox is probably full, too, and not accepting any more messages. Anyway, we'll clear with KD8SLG for now. Let's go down and see if Josh is out there. W8HRF. How are you? And are you going to stick around for the net tonight?
KE8VZA, W8HRF. Hi, Eric. I'm activating garages on the air tonight. I'm out in the garage cleaning up. Yes, I'll be sticking around, minus a couple of moments where the kerosene heater kicks on. So I'll be here and listening. KE8VZA, W8HRF.
That brings back fond memories of working in the garage in the winter. Haven't done much of that lately. Anyway, yeah, heater's on, you're sweating bullets. You turn the heater off and you're sweating icicles. Anyway, good to hear you, Josh. Got you on the log. Let's clear with W8HRF. Let's go down and see if Lucy's out there. KE8YUK. How are you, and are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
W8WKY.
KE8VZA, KE8YK. Forgot where the push to talk button was for a second. Caused much confusion. I am so tired. I will try to stick around. Mr. Will is right here trying to reach the radio. but once he goes to bed, I might also go to bed because my eyelids are so heavy. But we will see. Give me a shout. We'll see what happens. In any case, it's going to be a great net. KYK, KEABTA.
All right, Lucy. Give it your best shot. We'll leave you on the log, and we'll give you a shout. And hi there, Will. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8, and let's go down to Alan, KI5DAY. I need to blink my eyes there. How you doing, Alan? How's Larry? Is he surviving winter blast still?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, doing great. Eric, just feeling like a villain. I'm a little tired, but we'll get through it, I guess. Yeah, Larry's perfectly fine. He's been a little upset about the weather. He hasn't been able to go out and stretch his rubber legs very much in the yard because it's been kind of cold. But he'll run out there and do his business and run back in, screeching like a rubber chicken. But all is good. I'll be standing by with some alternate trivia, I guess. KI5DAY back to net. And that.
All right, yeah. Our K9's not fond of the cold weather either, but I hope Larry is actually made from a formulation of rubber that can withstand the lower temperatures. That would be awful if his little legs broke off all of a sudden. Anyway, oh, the horror. We'll clear with KI5DAY. That brings us to the end of our net control team here, but not the end of the net, not the end of the pre-show. So we have some check-ins already who I grabbed from the blue screen as well as via RF. So let me read off who I have, and we'll take some more. I have WB4AIZ Chuck, who checked in and out all the way from Florida, chilly Florida. KF8G Brian, K5CFY Ray, AA8CS Gary, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, KA8LYJ Bob, W3ETB Eddie, K6KJV Kevin, all the way from California, KE8ZZR Harry, and N5KBD Pete. All right, any other check-ins that would like to get on the log, please give me a call. I'm KE8VZA.
Dramatic pulse, short time.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Curtin, Oklahoma.
Good evening, Eric. KCA, Fox Queen Victor.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Foxtrot India Whiskey, Jim from Avon, Ohio. KF8, Phi W.
All right, very good. We grabbed 4 more stations there. Let me jump to the Whiskey Bravo 9 station. I wasn't quick enough and I missed the rest of your call sign. If you could please come back with that.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Curtin, Oklahoma.
Got it. Copy. Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Kurt in Oklahoma. We also got AFAB Matt, who's short time. We'll get back to you shortly, Matt. KC8FQB, Northern Mark. It's official net now. And KF8FIW, Jim. All right, there we go. Any other check-ins before we start to work the list? Please call now.
Go ahead, Eric. K8VZA, W8HRF.
All right, thank you, Josh. Any other stations that would like to get on the log before we start to work the list? I'm KE8BZA, and I'm listening. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and work the list. We'll take some more check-ins later. If we run out of time on the pre-net, Nick at Nite will definitely take some once the net gets rolling. So let's go up to our short time station, AF5JB. Matt, how are you? How are you holding up in the winter weather down there? And do you have a couple comments for the net before you have to go?
Well, I tell you what, we'll do a lot better this time last week. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad this only happens every few years in these parts of the country. I'll tell you what, I don't see how you guys do it up there, but we'll do a lot better this week, and everything's settled and all that. Got some warmer temperatures through the upcoming week, so very happy about that. And we supplied everything. I told you food and all that. Folks started good and everything, which I was totally surprised about that. And other than that, I'm doing good, and had a good weekend. Was all the usual. A small route, played Batman Battle, a 4-hour and a hamburger at all that. First at the Dead Busters play games there, ate at the Hard Rock, and then I play out in front of Miss Batman some other games, so it's been a great week. Got a nice warm trailer, so. But other than that, about all I got. You guys doing good up there, and everybody else. But don't have too much else to be on that. You guys can stay weak and stay warm, and especially you guys on the East Coast there. I heard they got got whacked by more snow over there, so. But anyway, that's all I got for now. It's 83, and keep on next time. Thanks for having me. And this is the AFI-JV Matt. See you also, Oklahoma. Back to the next control base. Good to hear. Good to hear you all, and keep on next time. Thanks again.
W8WKY.
All right, very good, Matt. Glad to hear you're surviving okay, and you're still able to squeeze in Pac-Man. We have, at my QTH, it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and my picnic table has 13 inches of snow on it, and that's actually settled a little bit. So, but we'll call it 13 inches. Anyway, thanks for joining us, Matt. We'll clear with AF5JB. Let's go up to Brian, KF8G. How are you, Brian? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, I won't time out the repeater telling you, yeah, I'll be here. KF8G.
Okay, Brian. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KF8G. Let's go down and see if Ray's there. K5CFY. How you doing, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, K5CFY. Mr. Eric. Yeah, I'm going to hang around. Thanks for getting me in there, and good to hear everybody out there. Hope everybody's slowly warming up. But anyway, I'll get off here and let you get on down the list there, K5CFY.
All right, Ray. Yep, it got a lot warmer outside today with the sun. We had full sun today, so it was in the low. Like I don't even think it technically hit 20. It felt like it, but it was a welcome sight. Anyway, thanks, Ray. We'll clear with K5CFY for now. Let's go down to Gary, AA8CS. How's it going, Gary? Are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Lots of friends on this net, that's for sure. As a matter of fact, I heard Taco Tim check in and just reminded me of Hamvention last year. Him and I had a great conversation outside the beer tent. And, oh man, it was such a good time, and I'm already thinking of spring and Hamvention and looking forward to that. That's really sounds crazy, but when I heard him check in, I thought, Taco Tim, as a matter of fact, Tim, I'm pretty sure I told you this, but you were featured on our at our club meeting in one of my PowerPoint slides, the picture that I had taken. So anyway, just thinking of the fun stuff and dreaming of May. This is AA8 back to net, and yeah, I'm gonna hang around.
All right, Gary, very good. Yes, all of us at that club meeting now know what Tim looks like. So good. We'll clear with AA8CS, and yeah, I'm really dreaming of some summer ale. Anyway, good to hear you, Gary. Let's go down. Oh, Taco Tim's our next station, KI5TAQ. How you doing there, Taco Tim? Are you going to stick around for the big net tonight? KI5TAQ, KE8VZA here. You still out there, Tim?
Yeah, Gary. It's that time of year again for repeaters. And now you're hearing the voice again of Taco Tim. Oh, and yes, I am sticking around for the net. And hey, the only other thing would be, as far as Hamfest, you guys can come down to Green Country Hamfest and meet up with some of the guys over at the RCWA Club. But I'll just say you can look it up on the web for the Green Country Hamfest. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, Tim. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to look that one up. And I think I've said before that would be a worthy road trip. Anyway, good to hear you, Tim. Got you on the log sticking around. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. Next up is Bob, KA8LYJ. How are you, Bob? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
K8VZA, this is KA8LYJ. Good evening, Eric. Good evening, group. I shall linger. KA8LYJ back.
All right, Bob. Very good. Got you on the log as lingering. Anyway, good to hear you. We'll clear with KA8LYJ. Let's go down to Eddie over in Maryland, W3ETB. How are you, Eddie? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Hi, Eric. Yeah, I'll be here. With Tim, we'll be harassing Alan on the blue screen. So we'll see what we can come up with. I know he really wanted to check the temperature outside because I knew it was really, really cold. So just thinking about it makes me cold. 77 actually here in the shack, and that's surprising. But I guess it's because I got the curtains closed. So we asked if I know there's sort of a few people out there that really like science fiction and science fiction movies. If anybody's ever seen a movie called The Trail, I watched that last night, and I tell you, I told my wife, I said, somebody probably would watch it within the first 20 minutes, maybe just, fall asleep or turn it off. It's the only movie that I've ever seen that had absolutely no dialogue. You would think it was a silent movie. And they didn't even have any music in the movie. But it's a science fiction movie, of course, about this lady. She's a hiker, and she finds this crashed plane saucer with an alien in it. And of course, the alien has a prisoner that has escaped, and so she's sort of tasked with trying to find the prisoner and recapture the prisoner and everything. There's absolutely no talking whatsoever through the whole entire movie. No music. Well, I don't know why I watched the rest of it. I guess it was because it was so peaceful on the one hand. I just had to fight to keep myself from falling asleep. Anyway, if anybody likes to watch The Trail and can stand to go through it without falling asleep, let me know. W3ETV back to that. Yes, I'll be here.
Well, thanks for that, Eddie. I'll have to check that one out. I think somebody was telling me about that one maybe a year ago. So anyway, thanks. We'll clear with W3ETB, who's sticking around. Let's go down to RevKev, K6KJV. How you doing, Kevin? How's the clown car? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Well, hello there, Eric, and everyone else on the pre-net. This is K6KJV, Kevin here in Valley Springs, California. Just cruising along in the clown car. Dropped a new engine and tranny in it. Transmission, I should say. Gotta watch what I say. No trannies in this car. Oh, and I is sticking around. That's right. I'm planning on making a round or two in the big top. So take it away there, Eric. Maranatha.
All right, RevKev, good to hear the clown car is set up and good to go. We got you sticking around. We'll clear with K6KJV for now. Let's go down to Harry, KE8ZZR. How you doing, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZZR. Yes, I will be sticking around.
All right, Harry, very good. Got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KE8ZZR. Let's go down to Pete, N5KBD. He's usually in and out. I didn't see that in the blue screen. Pete, are you out there? N5KBD.
W8WKY.
All right, I bet he's in and out. I'm going to go ahead and mark N5KBD in and out. And let's go down to our next station, Kurt, WB9WVW. How you doing, Kurt? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
This is WB9 Whiskey Victor Bravo. Yeah, I'm going to try to linger around for that and see how things go. Fixing to go back on call here, so yep, more or less I'll be around. Back to net control from Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo.
All right, Kurt, glad to have you aboard. Got you on the log. We'll clear with Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo. And let's go down to KC8FQV Northern. Mark, how you doing, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show? KC8FQV, KE8VCA. You going to stick around tonight, Mark?
Oh yeah, Eric, I'm going to stick around. You know, Mom just was mentioning about there was an airplane crash in Portage County today. I was just looking at that. But yeah, we'll stick around. So, KCFQV, it was a pretty nice day out. So back it comes, Eric, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, very good. Plane crash, not good, but good to have you aboard. We'll clear with KC8FQV. Let's go down to Jim, KF8FIW. Jim, good to hear you on another net tonight. How are you, and are you going to stick around for the main net at the top of the hour?
I am doing well, and yes, I'm going to stick around. Just thinking about how this winter reminds me of the winters of the 70s and 80s when I was growing up. Hope everybody's doing well. KF8FIW.
You know, Jim, it reminds me of those winters too. It sounds like I'm probably close to your age, and remember those. Anyway, good to hear you, Jim. Got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KF8FIW. And I picked up from the blue screen, warm weather Wade, WD8MIU. Are you out there, Wade? And are you going to join us at the top of the hour for the main net? WD8MIU, KE8VZA. You out there, Wade? All right, we'll leave him on the log. He may pop back in there. Anyway, that brings me to the bottom of the list, and we only have a minute left. If somebody else would like, a couple somebodies maybe, would like to squeeze in before the top of the hour, give me a call. I'm KE8VZA with the Beacon Net pre-show.
KE8VZA, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Eric. No traffic, but God bless and my best to all. WV3K, back to net control.
Copy, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Good to hear you, Philip. I hope things are going well with you. And 73, thanks for checking in. Got you on the log as in and out. Okay, let's see what time it is. Oh, we have a mere 7 seconds now. So thanks, everybody. This has been Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, with the Beacon Net pre-show. So KE8QKO, if you are ready, go ahead and take the reins. This is KE8VZA.
K8QKO. Thank you, Eric. Fine business on the pre-show. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is directed net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. And we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's see who might have missed the pre-show and wants to check into the BeaconNet. So if you want to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
So India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike, KI5, WDM, Donald in the Osage.
All right, I've got KI5WDM. Anyone else want to check in? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We'll do some more check-ins later and see if anybody's lingering. But for now, we're going to go up and hit our trivia questions. We'll start with KE8 VZA Eric. Would you read the primary question, sir?
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here with the main trivia. A successful EME, that's Earth, Moon, Earth signal, travels approximately how many kilometers? Your choices are Alpha, 158,000, Bravo, 160,000, Charlie, 400,000, or Delta, 800,000. I'll take a break and read it again. KE8VZA returning with main trivia. A successful EME, that's Earth, Moon, Earth signal, travels approximately how many kilometers? Alpha, 158,000, Bravo, 160,000, Charlie, 400,000, or Delta, 800,000. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. I've got my answer written down. We'll see how that works out for me later if I did the memory and math right in my head of what I think that's going to take, but we'll see how I did later on the net. Let's go talk to Alan, KI5DAY. Give the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5EAY in the net. Hey, okay. Tonight's alternate trivia. Fire up your Googles. Hi. Okay, from bottom to top, where is the tallest mountain in the world located? I'll read that again. From the bottom to the top, where is the tallest mountain in the world located? Is it A, on the border of Nepal and Tibet? Is it B, in the country of Ecuador? Is it C, in the state of Hawaii? Or D, in Switzerland, in the Swiss Family Cornwaldo Bean State Park? I'll put this in the blue screen, KI5DAY.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. I got my answer written down for that one as well. That's a tricky one. That's a tricky question for those that maybe not thinking about it. So thanks for that. Okay, let's go talk to people who have checked in. Our first station, though, is In and Out. That's WB4AIZ, which is going to take us down to KF8G Brian. How you doing, Brian? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, I'm sure you know my answer is 42. But, you know, speaking of Earth, Moon, and all that stuff, I used to talk to an old duffer who down around Ashland on 6-meter sideband pretty regular. I first got my license. We chatted pretty much every day. And then one day he goes, hey, let's try something. Turn your beam north. So I did, and the signal got all weird and funny. And he says, you're working Aurora bounds. How about that? That was kind of cool. Something back in the day. I had a pretty good sized 6-meter beam, 3 element. It's leaning up against my parents' garage right now. I still have it, but it's too big to put up at my place. But Other than that, well, I guess we got some snow coming Friday again. We're talking about another 6 inches. It's like, God, I wish some of this would melt, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, batten down the hatches. I think it's about time I dig my snowblower out. Chat with you guys later, KF8G.
All right, well, thank you, Brian. You said about time to dig your snowblower out. I figured you'd done that last weekend. We got some places 8, some places 10 inches here, so it was more than I wanted to shovel. So the snowblower was out doing its job. Yeah, unfortunately, more snow. I don't want to see that. I want to get some stuff to melt too. I've actually got my storm door in the front of the house is frozen open right now. It actually got frozen shut a couple of days ago, or a couple of days last week. So I just kind of propped it open with a chunk of ice. It's frozen open until it melts and it can close again. But that's how it goes. And thanks for checking in. Next we have K5CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO in the net, K5CFY. Good evening there, Mr. Nick at Nite. Thanks for doing the net. Good to hear Eric on the pre-net and doing a great job on the keyboard door. So I'm going to go with Bravo and Alpha will be my guesses for tonight. Good to hear everybody out there, and I'll give it back to you, K5CFY.
All right, well, thank you, Ray. Got your hands down there for Bravo and Alpha. It's good to hear you. Next, we have AA8CS, Gary. How you doing, Gary? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Okay, sorry about that. I unplugged my headphone because I thought it'd be a little more comfortable listening to the net on the speaker, and forgot to plug my mic back in. So there you go. Sorry about that. You know, senility is a strange bed partner for someone who doesn't think they're senile, and that would be me. Anyway, to the questions first, I think if I do the math right, I think I'm going to go with Delta on that one. And then the secondary, you're absolutely right, Nick. This is a very, very interesting question, and very tricky, as you said. So I'm going to go with Cornwaldo bean. I think that's always a good answer. Not a whole lot more going on here. Just trying to stay warm, and I hunkered down into the male habitat, doing some 3D printing, playing some radio, listening to some vinyl, and watching some sports on TV. Don't want to wander out too far. It's awfully cold out there. Anyway, that's all I have. Have a great net, and always a pleasure talking to you, buddy. And again, those ribs were great. AA8CS, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Gary. Again, I'm my biggest critic. I actually thought they were a little bit undercooked, but they turned out okay. Yeah, as far as the Cornwaldo bean goes, they're not as tall as you think. I once tried to plant my Cornwaldo bean after I traded it in for some, my wife sent me to the store. She sent me to get some food, and I traded the money for a Cornwaldo bean, planted it in the yard, and thinking I'd be able to climb up into the clouds, and that thing only grew about 6 inches tall, which I think was actually only about 3 or 4 inches tall, according to my wife, but what does she know? Anyway, thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. Got your answer down for Delta and Delta. Next, we're going to talk to KI5TAQ Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening there, Nick at Night. Well, all I could say is trying to thaw out from all this snow down here in the Oklahoma area and be ready for a week of work, maybe a week of training. Who knows? But as far as trivia answers are, I think I'm going to go with Delta for the main and Delta for the alternate, and we'll let her ride. And and of course you heard my sweetheart in the background as third party saying double D's, as Rev Kev would say. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. Good luck on that training next week if you have it. And I did not hear the QRM in the background of double D's. I was going to say you got the obligatory double D's in there, but I guess if somebody beat me to it, they beat me to it. But we got you down, Tim. Thanks for checking in. It's good to hear you. Next we have, before I go down to Bob, this is KE8QKO on the WAWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And now we're going to talk to KA8LYJ Bob. How you doing, Bob? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KA8LYJ. I bid a fine evening to good Sir Nicholas the Nocturnal. It's stupid cold. It's been stupid cold. It's going to be stupid cold. But I gotta say, I saw a news headline, actual news source, that said that Northeast Ohio had 10 consecutive days below freezing. And I had to blink at it stupidly for a few minutes. It's like, it's frickin' January. It's supposed to be below freezing. It's supposed to be below freezing for most of the winter. How is 10 days consecutive below freezing news? My gasters are flabbered. Anyway, for trivia, I'm going to go District of Columbia, Delta Charlie, and I'll give it back to you.
All right, well, thank you, Bob. Got your answer down there for Delta and Charlie. And yeah, news media, I think, has gone downhill a lot, especially print news media. I read a lot of news articles that are just really poorly written anymore. It's like, come on, do you have anybody proofreading this stuff before you post it and publish it? Because they probably meant below zero. But you're right, below freezing seems kind of weird, but it's probably below zero. And the fact that nobody caught that, nobody's proofreading this crap that goes out anymore. It's just publish it, see how many clicks you can get, see how many ads you can display to people's browsers, and nobody gives a crap about the content. That's just sad. It's lazy. It's lazy media. Anyway, thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Next, we're going to talk to W3ETB Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, hi there, Nick. Well, I had something in mind, but as Al Pacino said on the movie Dick Tracy, I have a thought, but it's gone now. I have no idea what I was going to say, but I thought it was important at the moment, but obviously it wasn't, like a lot of other things around here. It's not that important. Although the snow and everybody else being cold is very important, so we want to keep warm, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay full of booze or whatever. I have no idea about these questions, so I don't know. I don't even really want to guess. The only thing I can think of is AA. Let's go with AA. For Alcoholics Anonymous, for those of us that, I don't drink that much, but anyway, some people use AA. But, take care. Have a great evening. W3 TV back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Eddie. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Alpha. Next, we have K6KJV Rev Kev from California. How you doing, Kevin? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, hello, Mr. Nick. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California, as you said. That's right. And hello to you, the rest of the crew, and the youngins. There you go. And what do I got? Man, I am so glad to see the overwhelming support of the Cornwaldo clan. Cornwaldo beans, you can't go wrong with them. That's right. So, you know, not to be confused with D&D, I'm going to say double D's, Delta and Delta. That's right, because as I always say, you can never go wrong with a Cornwaldo bean. So with that, I'm going to say God bless, 73, and Maranatha, everyone. Back to you, Mr. Nick, from K6KJV.
All right, well, thank you, Kevin. Got your answer down for double D's. I will say, though, triple D's are better. With that, we're going to talk to KE8ZZR Harry. How you doing, Harry? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, good evening, Nick. This is KE8ZZR here. Not a whole lot, just getting ready for my trip here. My wife and I are getting things ready to go. So, don't have a whole lot to report. With the trivia question, though, I don't have a clue. I'm just going to take a stab at it. I'm going to go C and B, Charlie Bravo. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Net Control. Thanks for running the net there, Nick, and Nick behind the curtain there. I'll talk to you guys later. This is KE8ZZR Clear.
All right, well, thank you, Harry. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Bravo. We have two stations that are in and out after you. That's N5KBD and AF5JB. That's going to take us down to WB9WVB. Kurt. How you doing, Kurt? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening to everybody. Thanks for letting me check in there. I'm going to go with probably Bravo and Delta. Those are my choices in that. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Net Control from Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo.
All right, well, thank you, Kurt. We got your answer down as Bravo and Delta. Next, we're going to talk to KC8FQV Mark. Before I go to Mark, I'm going to say, I heard what you said on the pre-show, Mark, about the airplane crash. I Googled it, and thankfully both people on that plane survived. It looks like it was a historical plane of some sort, an old historical plane, based on the pictures that I saw. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but everybody survived apparently, so that's a good thing, and they're being treated now. So with that, I'll pass it off to you, Mark. KC8FQV.
KSFQV. You know, my mom was just reading it in the face. I think it was on Neighbor to Neighbor or in the paper on the iPad, and then we had it on TV. It just popped up on TV, and we seen the story. That's probably the one you've seen, and that. So, yeah, but my trivia is going to be on the mountain deal. It's going to be Charlie, Hawaii, and on the other one, it's going to be Delta. So, other than that, yeah, it was a nice day today. You know, considering what we've had in the past week, you know, well, that's a plus. Just the sun being out is a plus, but yeah, it was 16 degrees. It wasn't, you know, that was in the car when I was out running around. I went uptown store. Well, I scored 2 things. No, 3 things I scored. I didn't get everything. A couple of the things, the shelter, yeah, everyone else seen them deals, and they did Advantage too. But yeah, there were some things on sale, and some things there was plenty, and other things there weren't plenty, and yeah, you didn't get it. But it's okay. But other than that, we'll send it back to net control. Case FQV.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. This is KE8QKO and the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. And as far as like airplane crashes go, an interesting story or not, I might have told the story before on the net. I don't know if I did or not. Many years ago, my wife lived at an apartment on Mogador Road when we were dating before we got the house and moved in together. And I don't know, about five years or so after we moved in here, I noticed a news article that an airplane crash had happened on approach to the Akron Municipal Airport, whatever it's called now. And I saw a picture, and I'm like, that apartment looks like the one my wife lived in when we were dating. So I did a little digging, and it was. It turns out, like 5 years after we got married, the apartment that she lived in when we were dating, a private jet was coming in to land at Akron, and the municipal airport there, and bad weather, pilot error, and a number of things contributed to the plane actually crashing into the apartment building that she used to live in. Thankfully, it was during the day, and all the people that lived there were at work. But, yeah, it's interesting. Now that the building's gone, just an empty lot, they never rebuilt it, which I guess makes sense, considering the loss of life. But that was always interesting as far as those things go. And I'm going to break for time before I give you my rant on grocery stores, because I'm guessing you're talking about grocery store sales. All right, let's talk about buying things on sale and things being gone. That gets my goat more than anything when I go grocery shopping. If I go in there with a grocery list of things that I want to buy, or I need to buy, and I'm not expecting a sale price. I'm just expecting to buy the things that I need to buy. And I go to the grocery store and I see it, and it's on sale, and it's empty. And I'm like, shenanigans! I need to buy the thing. I didn't care if it's on sale. It's ready to pay regular price. And they run out of it because people go in and buy, like, it's 10 cents off. Like, oh, I got to buy 30 of these packages of noodles because they're 10 cents off. And all of a sudden I go in there and I can't buy the noodles I want to buy. And that gets my goat more than anything when I go grocery shopping. But that's my grocery store rant. So if you're working at a grocery store, stop putting stuff on sale because people got to buy this stuff. Anyway, thank you. And that's it. Next we're going to talk to KF8FIW Jim. How you doing, Jim? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening. You're doing a great job on net. Really appreciate it. And Eric on the pre-net. I just realized I've developed a severe case of gear acquisition syndrome as I'm trying to build out my shack here, and I fell prey to Yesu's sale and ordered the 510 to put in my shack here. So I'm excited about that, but also feeling just a little bit guilty. So I think it kind of goes along with the hobby. Hope everybody's having a good night, and 73s to all. KF8FIW.
W8WKY.
All right, well, thank you, Jim. I'm going to say this before I get back to your trivia. Don't feel guilty. Get the radios you need. It's a hobby. As I've seen memes online about the ham radio, and they say if you get kids into ham radio, you'll keep them off of drugs because they won't have the money to buy them. So stay off of drugs, Jim. Buy ham radio. And I also did not catch your trivia answers. You want to come back with those, please?
Well, I'm 56 and I've never been on drugs yet, so I think I'll be okay. But I'll go with first question, Charlie, second question, Delta. And thanks for coming back to me because, you know, I'm thinking too much about ham equipment, not keeping my trivia straight. Good night, everybody, 73s.
All right. Well, thank you, Jim. You know, I heard your answers. I think you said Charlie and Bravo, but I'm sure Eric probably got them correct. I was thinking of a response to your question. Your priorities are right. Get the ham equipment instead of answering the trivia. That's more important. So, Charlie and Delta. Charlie and Delta is what we got down for you. So, thank you, Jim. Appreciate you checking in. Next, we have WD8MIU warm weather. Well, not as warm as he would hope to be, I'm guessing. Weather Wade. down in Florida. I heard it's getting a little chilly down there right now, Wade. How you doing? Whiskey Delta 8, Mike, India Uniform. Wade, are you out there? And do you have comments on the BeaconNet? All right, well, nothing else heard from Wade there. Maybe he was in and out. Our next station is in and out. That's WV3K. And that's going to take us down to KI5 WDM Donald. How you doing, Donald? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, good afternoon, Nick. This is KI5 WDM. Nothing. I'm having a hard time even staying awake, but I wanted to come out here and get on y'all's net. Take my chances guessing on the trivia questions. So my answers are going to be Charlie and Charlie. So we'll see how that works out. Other than that, good net going on. Y'all keep up the good work. We'll talk at you later. KI5WDM.
All right, well, thank you, Donald. Get some rest, get some sleep, close those eyes, and it's good to hear you, and thanks for checking in. Appreciate you. We're at the bottom of the list. This is KE8QKO and the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're ready for more check-ins. So if you want to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Golf 8 Delta Kilo, Kevin here in Ashland, Ohio.
Kilo Bravo 8 Lima Juliet, KB8LJ. It's Chuck here in North Olmsted, Ohio, and I'll be in and out.
All right, I've got KG8DK, who is checking in there, and I have KB8LJ, who is in and out. Is there anyone else who wants to check in with BeaconNet? Please call now.
Kilo 3 Mike Bravo Charlie. Kilo 3 Mike Bravo Charlie, Mark in Pasadena, Texas.
Tango, Foxtrot, Mike in Erie County. I'll be in and out.
Kilo India 5, Papa Foxtrot Victor, KI5 PFE, Phillips in Winchester, Oklahoma.
All right, let me see what I got there. I've got K3MBC Mark, so that's Kilo 3 Mike Bravo Charlie. I have Whiskey 8 Tango Tango Foxtrot Mike, and I have Kilo India 5 Papa Foxtrot Victor. I did not catch your personal, but I'm sure it will show up in NetLogger here in a moment once that gets corrected. Is there anyone else like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. All right, let's work through this list. Two of the stations I had were in and out. The in and out stations are KB8LJ and W8TTF. So we're going to start with KG8DK. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, I have no important traffic, actually no traffic whatsoever, but we'll get started with the trivia, and I choose D and C, Delta and Charlie, and I won't be able to stay on long because the puppy is scratching at the door. He's been laying in a snowbank for over an hour, but that's what those husky mixes do. They love to dig down in the snow. Back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Kevin. Got you down there for Delta and Charlie, and I'll say it's probably a good choice. And yeah, I got a little husky shepherd mix, and she loves to go outside and play in the snow. There's tracks all over the place. She goes out there, and if there's a squirrel that pops his little head out in the wintertime, she tries to get him. Yeah, good times. Really good times. Lots of sticks on my deck. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Next, we have KB8LJ, who's in and out, and that's going to take us down to K3MBC, Kilo 3, Mike Bravo Charlie Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for BeaconNet tonight?
Well, after surviving the ice apocalypse from last weekend, it was actually about 15 degrees colder today, but at least there was no ice. So we all survived down here in the Houston area. Don't have any extra traffic. Trivia answers are Delta and Bravo. Delta and Bravo. It's K3MBC. Back to net.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. I'm glad you survived that ice apocalypse. Thankfully, we did not get any of that ice up here. It was all snow because, I'll take the snow every day of the week, but that ice, the ice is nuts. I don't want to deal with that. Next station we have after you is W8TTF, who's in and out. That's going to take us down to KI5PFV, Kilo India 5, Papa Foxtrot Victor. Philip, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
W8WKY.
Well, I just turned my radio on and heard y'all, so I thought I'd go ahead and check in. I didn't hear the questions. I can't give you the answer on that. But I've been testing an antenna today to see what I could do.
All right. Well, thank you, Philip. Thanks for checking in there. I'll tell you what, you hang around for a minute. We'll get those questions read again. We always have people hopping in later on the net that don't know didn't hear the question when it started, so it's very common for us to reread them. So I think it's time to reread those now. So if you hang out for a minute, we'll get those two questions read for you, and then I will call back out to you to get your answers. Let's go to K8VZA Eric. You want to read the primary question again?
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here with main trivia. A successful EME, Earth, Moon, Earth, signal travels approximately how many kilometers? Choices are Alpha, 158,000, Bravo, 160,000, Charlie, 400,000, or Delta, 800,000. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
BAY in the net. Oh, my goodness. The Z-Quill I took is getting to me. Let's see here. Tonight's alternate trivia question is as follows. From the bottom to the top, where is the tallest mountain in the world located? Is it A, on the border of Nepal and Tibet? Is it B, in the country of Ecuador? C, in the state of Hawaii? Or D, in Switzerland, in the Swiss Family Cornwaldelbein State Park? KI5, BAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go back down to KI5 PFB. Philip, you want to answer the trivia now?
KI5 PFB. My answers are Bravo and Charlie.
All right, thank you, sir. Got your answer down there for Bravo and Charlie. And this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're ready for more check-ins. If you want to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team. Let's see how they're doing. And, yeah, we'll do another round of check-ins after that. Let's start with KE8, VZA. How you doing, Eric? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here. I'm going to answer Delta for the alternate question. And, yeah, just watching the Weather Channel over the weekend off and on as far as how the latest winter storm surged through the middle and southern states there. And our headquarters for our company is just a little bit west of Charlotte, so I was interested in that area. And they got like 11 inches of snow. Watching one of the newscasters for the Weather Channel in Charlotte standing on the sidewalk of a downhill road, and people were flying down that hill. And it's totally snow-covered, so I can only imagine what was going on at the bottom. Unbelievable. But anyway, rookies, right? Rookies. But, yep, surviving the cold, and what else? That's about it. Enjoying the net. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8VZA.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, good thing you're up here and not down there. So thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Let's go talk to the Kitty EPC is in and out. That's going to take us down to KD8 SLG. Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KD8 SLG. Good evening. Good night, all the Beacon Edisons. Good to hear you, man. I'm going to go with Charlie and Alpha. Charlie and Alpha tonight. Those are my choices for trivia. I don't have a whole lot. Just trying to keep warm. Down to 3 degrees here on the farm. And checking out Night of the Seven Kingdoms again tonight. Fine business, Nick. We'll talk to you next time. KE8QKO, this is KD8 SLG, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Nick. Thanks for checking in there. We got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. Good to hear you. Good to hear you around. Next, we have, see if he's out there still. I think he probably is, but W8HRF, Josh. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
K8QKO, W8HRF. That SWR is looking much better. All right. let's see. I'm going to get my trivia. Good trivia questions, guys. I like these. For Eric's trivia about the Earth-Moon-Earth signal, I'm going to say delta, 80,000 kilometers. And then for Alan's, I'm going to go with Charlie, the state of Hawaii. So delta and Charlie, direct current. What else is going on? I got a little bit more of the garage cleaned up, so that was nice to get back out there. Now I'm just wrapping up, getting ready. I gotta get Ben his radio back from field day. I gotta get Scott back his headphones, and I think I gotta get the Starlink and things back to Jason, and I think we're all wrapped up. So there was something else I was gonna say. Oh, so I discovered today. Why did I discover it? I was gonna do something. Oh, I went to go to. Somebody told me that that there's a DX station on. It's a DX expedition. That island's down near Puerto Rico. KP5. That's what it is. And they told me it was on 10 meters. And so I went down and I was gonna try, and I tuned up, and I had a high SWR reading. I'm like, what's wrong? So it turns out I had my antennas swapped. I had the 80 meter set up on my 2 meter VHF port, and I had the 2 meter on my HF port. But that means that we ran the beacon net last Wednesday, and I ran the boredom breaker net this past Saturday on my 80 meter off center fed dipole. And it only had a 2-to-1 SWR. So that was wild. Got that sorted out, and we're back to normal, and the antenna was happy. I thought it was broken again. I had just fixed it. And so, anyways, that was an interesting experience. So, anyways, good to hear you, Nick. We'll catch you later. K8QKO, W8HRF, 7-3 all.
All right. Well, thank you, Josh. Got you down there for Delta and Charlie. That's awesome. So now you know you can join the beacon net on an 80 meter off center fed dipole, and you're just fine. That's pretty funny. I enjoy that. So yeah, thanks for checking in. Yeah, good luck on that. Good luck on everything with the garage and all the gear you're sorting out. I have some stuff, not as much to bring back to the next club meeting as I was going to bring. Is some of those bags of chips. I don't know what happened to them. I think when I put them in the truck, maybe they like disintegrated in the cold or something. But there's not nearly as many bags of chips left over after winter field day as I thought there was. But I guess that's how it goes. And I need to get that cot back from you at some point. I don't think I need it super fast. I think we can wait till the next meeting. But that is my son's cot for camping. So at some point I have to get that back from you. But yeah, aside from that, I think we're good to go. Then after you, we have your better half. See if she's still awake. K8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, ma'am? And what do you have to beacon at tonight?
I'm holding the microphone backwards. Against my better judgment, I have come to bid thee dinner, is the line that comes to mind from What to Do About Nothing. And if you've ever seen the movie with Kenneth Bradshaw and whatever her name is, you understand the energy that I have right now, which is none. Patience is none. Actually, no, I'm having a pretty good night because even though my eyes are stinging, Will actually finally fell asleep, and I've been able to work on a craft thing. I am making a cardboard dessert counter to put into the fake cafe in the dollhouse upstairs for Betty to play with eventually. So I feel pretty proud of myself making it completely from scratch. So that's what I've been doing. As far as trivia goes, Josh goes, these are really easy trivia questions.
I did not say they were easy.
No, he said they're good trivia questions, but he's happy about them because he has a good idea what they are. I'm going double D's, dude. I don't know. He started reading Alan's question of where to find the tallest mountain, and I said the Marina Trench, and he said that's not a Mariana. It's in the Marine. I gotta go to bed, guys. I should be allowed awake at this point. Ah, boy, good net. Good to hear everybody, and yeah, I'm gonna go double D's. Nope. Yeah, KE8QKO, KE8YUK. 73s, and God bless everybody. Stay warm.
All right, well, thank you, Lucy. Got James down there for double Ds. Yeah, you mentioned Joss's trivia, and I was actually thinking he said 80,000 kilometers, and I think he actually meant to say if he actually meant 80,000, then he would have wanted to go with Alpha, which is the closest answer to that, which would be 158,000. But if he meant 80,000 and forgot a zero, then that'd be Delta. I'm guessing he meant Delta, but I forgot to give him crap about that, so thanks for reminding me. Yeah. QKO here, sorry. Had a bit of a cough there right when I was finishing my transmission. Tickled my throat. Anyway, this is KQKO on the WWQI repeater 147 Mark 390, positive also the PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to talk to KI5 DIY Alan, see how he's doing tonight. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Yeah, I'm going to go with, I guess, D on the regular trivia. And on mine, I'm not going to guess. But if I was to guess, I would say probably the Cornwall bean family, Swiss family Cornwall bean mountain high. It's winning, by the way, in trivia answers big time. D is dominant tonight. That's a good thing to see. Got to respect the Cornwall beans, I'm telling you. And Funyuns. I'm really tired, man. I took some ZQL, like I said, and I slept about 3 hours last night, and I couldn't sleep. I kept dreaming, waking up, and it's driving me crazy. But I bet you tonight, no matter how much I dream, because I'm really tired. So we will shoot it back to you, and I'll be standing here. Well, I won't be standing. I'll be sitting, actually. You know, it's not fun to stand and do a net. It gets pretty tiring. So I'll just sit here and wait for my turn again to give the answer. KI5DAY, and that. Back to you.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. Got your answer down for Delta there. And I'll say, if you're going to take ZQL, maybe take it towards the end of the net, not before the net starts. Put that one out there early so you kind of think about that maybe next time. Yeah, don't worry. I may not come to you for the answer right away. I might actually come to you for another reread of the question, because we still have one person out there who often checks in the net that hasn't checked in and may not have heard the question if that person comes back on the next round or two of check-ins. So be ready for that, whatever I throw at you. My answers to the trivia are going to be Delta and Charlie. And so that's how that goes. All right, let's say this. We've talked to everybody so far, talked to our net control team. Let's do another round of check-ins. If you want to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, I guess Alan will get his wish on that one. I didn't hear anything, so let's get our trivia answers. Let's go up to K8VZA. Eric, to get the primary answer. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here with main trivia answer. A successful EME Earth-Moon-Earth signal travels approximately how many kilometers? You could choose from Alpha, 158,000, Bravo, 160,000, Charlie, 400,000, or Delta, 800,000. The answer is actually Delta, 800,000 kilometers approximately. Let me take a break for time. KE8VZA returning. So the Earth is, or the Moon is approximately 400,000 kilometers from the Earth at its furthest point. So a successful Earth-Moon-Earth signal would be twice that amount, or 800,000 kilometers. In miles, those approximate distances are 249,000 miles. The distance between the Earth and the Moon, and then since your signal has to go back and forth, or forth and back, it would be 498,000 miles. So for the round trip. So there you have it. Moon bounce. It's a great thing. I think OG has done it, or he aspires to do it, as do I someday. Anyway, KE8 VC8 back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. You know, a lot of people probably knew that number a lot better than I did, but I thought of movies and the delay in time and communication between NASA and the Moon, and then said, oh, the delay, the speed of light, and then the delay, that makes the answer closest to 800,000 kilometers. So that's how I did my math. I'm not sure if anybody else did it that way or not. But, yeah, basically that's an interesting trivia there, Eric. I appreciate it. And next we'll talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
Alrighty then, KI5DAY in the net. Tonight's alternate trivia question was from top to bottom, or bottom to top, whichever way you want to look at it. Where I confused myself. I just confused myself. From bottom to top, where is the tallest mountain in the world located? Technically, above sea level, Everest in Tibet and Nepal is the tallest mountain above sea level, standing at a whopping 29,000 feet tall, roughly. However, from bottom of the base of the mountain itself to the top, Mauna Kea mountain, which is also a volcano in Hawaii, is the tallest by far. It's 33,500 feet from the bottom to the top, and that sucker is really big. So it far surpasses Mount Everest. It's just not sitting on the above sea level from the ground like Everest is measured. So it's much bigger, and it's just the way it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. However, the Cornwaldo beans dominated tonight as the most answered question. KI5DAY, back to that.
All right. Well, thank you, Alan. I'm going to say, if you had chosen another mountain outside of Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean as one of the answers, I would have probably chosen that one, because I didn't think it was the Hawaiian mountains that were the tallest. I thought there was another mountain in the Pacific Ocean that was taller. And so if you had given one that was a different country, that was an island sort of nation, I probably would have chosen that one. So putting that out there as far as your trivia answers go. But yeah, a couple years ago, we had to go to my wife when I went to Hawaii, and I don't know if it was that mountain that you're talking about. We did it at Haleakala National Park, and that was really, really freaking cool. We drove up the mountain, so it was kind of just driving, 13,000 feet straight up the mountain and to the top, and got to see the views and everything. You can actually see the Big Island and the Volcano National Park over there. I think that one's actually a little bit taller. That is on the Big Island. It's not the Volcano National Park. It's the other mountain on the Volcano National Park that's taller. I think that's the one that you're talking about. But yeah, so the Hawaiian Islands are pretty cool. Those mountains they have there, like they're awesome. They're a sight to see. So if you get a chance, go see them. All right, this is KEQKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 290 positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We break for time. All right, ready for more check-ins. If you want to check into the BeaconNet before we start wrapping this thing up, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. I guess we'll close it down. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8VZA, KI5DAY, K8SLG, W8HRF, K8YUK, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, who I'm guessing, in this cold weather, if you squeeze him, but gawks snowflakes out to everybody. I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496 at Echolink WWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the on WWKY repeater every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.